Welcome to the NBA Playoff Edition. My name is Abby for Saturday, April the 19th. We have 3 games to discuss in the association. Again, we have our matchup screen for matchups, the Odds Logic screen. Again, we have it here, oddslogic.com. Again, the latest line moves, over-unders, totals, and injury report. That's oddslogic.com. All right, so the first game we're going to look at, Milwaukee and Indiana. This one here is -6 Indiana. Let me pull this up on the screen. So -6 Indiana is the spread. The over-under is 224.5. This opened up actually at 4.5. 225 was the total. 225.5 was the total. Now, like you see on the screen, it's up to 6, and the total is down to 224.5. So we'll look at the injury report to see who's in and out of the lineup. Actually, let me check the action for the public and sharps. See where the public is on this game. So for the spread, it's kind of split between Milwaukee and Indiana. A little bit of majority is on Milwaukee, but a little bit of resistance coming in on Indiana. So it's kind of split there. The public, they're basically split as well on the total. So it's kind of 50-50 with the over-under. It's kind of split, so a bit of resistance with the total, a bit of resistance with the spread on the -6. So we'll look into this game further. We'll check the injury report for both of these teams. So Damian Lillard will be out of the lineup. He's not playing this Saturday. He's out with a calf. Ben Shepherd, toe issue, upgraded to available to play Saturday at Milwaukee. Kevin Porter Jr. wrist is questionable to play Saturday, so Kevin Porter Jr. is 50-50. Isaiah Jackson out indefinitely. So look at the matchup here. We'll look at the head-to-head in this game. That's Milwaukee, Indiana. So Milwaukee, Indiana, the head-to-head. We'll look at that. So head-to-head in this game, for Milwaukee versus Indiana, we'll see we'll check out. Let me check it out here on my end here. I know you see it on the screen, but I'm checking on my end here. So November 22nd was the first meeting. They did play. Milwaukee is in Milwaukee. Milwaukee won 129-117. Milwaukee covered the 5.5. It was over 235. Second game, December 31st in Indiana. Milwaukee won again, 120-112, -2. Milwaukee was a favorite. They won and covered. It was 230, over 230. Third game was Indiana in Indiana. Indiana was a 1.5 point favorite. Milwaukee covered. Milwaukee covered, but they lost by a point. Indiana won 115-114. It was under 237.5. Fourth game in Milwaukee. Milwaukee was a 3.5 point favorite, and they won 126-119. It was over 237. So for me, the play that I like in this game, the play I like here, I'm going to take Indiana. I like Indiana here. I think they're more right now coming into the playoffs. I know Milwaukee, they've won a bunch of games. They have won 8 straight games. However, if you look at the 8 games, I would say about 3 of those games, or at least half of those games, were against bottom feeder teams. Philadelphia, New Orleans twice. So I'd say those are kind of misleading. Those games are kind of misleading. If you take away the win streak, this is them winning. This is their last um, 8 games. They've won 8 games in a row. Let's see, 8 games in a row. So at least close to half of their games, 3 of the games, 3 out of the 8, I'd say, were bottom feeder. So I'd be a little bit careful with that. It's misleading to me in a way. So in this case, I like the Pacers here to cover. The Pacers have been red hot too. They have won 7 of their last 8 games. They've won at least 7 of their last 8 games. Let me just verify that here. Yeah, they've won 7 of their last 8 games. So they're red hot as well. I know they've beaten bottom feeder teams like Utah and Charlotte, Washington. Those teams they've beaten. So 3 of those wins have been bottom feeder teams. But then when you equal everything out, in my opinion, and the thing is, there's another thing too. You can't look at the regular season with Milwaukee dominating Indiana 3 out of 4 games. So I mean, the regular season doesn't mean anything. That's another reason why I like the Pacers, because a lot of people are going to go off the regular season and think that's going to be the same thing in the playoffs. The playoffs are a totally different thing. So that's why I like the Pacers game 1 at -6. I like Indiana here in this spot. I think this is a spot Indiana can thrive in at home. Indiana is very good at home. I know Milwaukee's won in Indiana before, but I believe this time the Pacers are ready, and I believe they take game 1 here. No Dame in the lineup. Dame's not in the lineup. Giannis doing all the work. He's got the workload. I don't think he's gonna. I think it's too much for him to take on, for him to single-handedly have Milwaukee stay within 6 points. I got to take the Pacers here -6. Yeah, I like Indiana -6. I would. I'm looking at another angle as well here. Let me see. I'm checking a second angle, but I do like the Pacers -6. I like him here. Let me take another angle here. Yeah, I like -6, and I wouldn't talk you off taking the first half 3.5. Indiana -3.5 first half. I wouldn't talk you off of that. But my preferred play is -6 Indiana. That's my preferred play. So I like the Pacers there -6. That's my preferred play there. The second game we're going to look at here will be the Detroit Pistons and the New York Knicks. We'll look at that game. That's game number 2. So that's the Pistons and the Knicks. It opened up here. The opening number was 6.5. New York at home. Total 221. It's now at 7. We're starting to see 1 or 2 books go up to 7.5, but it's mainly 7s across the board. And the total's 220.5. So we'll check to see the public play and the sharp play for the totals on the sides. Let's see here. Public all over Detroit. And they're on the under in this game. So Detroit in the under. So we'll check the injury report in this game. Injury report here. Ariel Huckporty, knee upgraded to questionable versus Detroit. So 50-50. Let's see here. That's it. Everybody else is healthy in the lineup. No other injuries. So we'll look into this game further. We're going to check the matchup head-to-head. This is between Detroit and New York. We're going to check that out now. So they've already played 4 times already. We're going to check that. All right, they played 4 times. So the first meeting was November 1st in Detroit. The Knicks were a 6.5 point favorite, and the Knicks won 128-98 in Detroit, and it went over 219. Second game, December 7th in New York. Pistons were an 8-point dog. They covered and won 120-111. It was over 222.5. Third game in New York, January 13th. Again, the Pistons were an 8-point underdog. They covered and won 124-119, over 224. And then the last game they played in Detroit, April 10th. Detroit 3.5-point favorite. Pistons won 115-106, was under 229. So for me, I'm the way I'm going to go in this game. I like the Knicks in the first half. That's the play for me. The Knicks are a very good first half team. I know the last few weeks down the stretch in the regular season, they haven't been looking good in the first half. But to me, this is a statement game for the Knicks. Again, Detroit's beat them 3 out of 4 times, and I know, the 4.5 is still in play for the first half Knicks. I like this play here. I know a lot of people are talking down on the Knicks and the public's on Detroit, and I believe the under. Yeah, Pistons on the under. That's what it was. But I like the Knicks in the first half. I think the Knicks make a statement. They come out and make a statement in this first half. Again, I think they get off to a good start in this game, and like I said, make a statement. So I do like them here, and like I said, they're a very good first half team. They just the last few weeks down the stretch, they haven't been good in the first half. But I think this is going to be a totally different team, and I believe they come out strong in the first half, especially at home. They're a good first half team at home, so I'm going to be taking the Knicks 4.5 at home in the first half, minus 4.5. I like them here a lot in this game. So that's my play for the second game. Third game I'm going to look at, third and final game, will be the Clippers and the Clippers in Denver. That's going to be a client play. I almost give that away. Clippers in Denver is a client play. I didn't even show you that. Yeah, so the third and final game is going to be the Lakers in Minnesota. That'll be the third and final game. Lakers in Minnesota. So this game here, we see it opening up 4.5 for the Lakers at home against Minnesota. Total 219. It's come down now to 216.5. We're seeing 217. So we see one book at 217, and the lines come down to -4 in this game. So look at the line here to see what's going on. All Laker money here, mainly Laker money right here, and we see the under in this game. So look at the injury report for both teams. That's the Lakers and Minnesota. Let's see here. Jason Hayes has a hand issue. He's questionable to play Saturday, 50-50. Dorian Finney-Smith, ankle, questionable to play Saturday versus Minnesota, 50-50. Maxi Kleber, foot is out. And that's it. There's no other injuries for both sides. So we're going to look at the head-to-head matchup. This is for both teams here. So look at the head-to-head here. All right, so let's see here. So they've already played 4 times in this meeting. So October 27th, first meeting in LA. The Lakers were a 1-point favorite. They won 110-103. It was under 223. Second game, December 2nd in Minnesota. Again, 109-80. Minnesota was a 7.5-point favorite, and they won. And they covered. It was under 219. Third game in Minnesota, December 13th. Minnesota 8.5-point favorite. Minnesota won 97-87. They covered the -8. It was under 213. Fourth game in LA, -6. Lakers covered in 111, 102 is under 229.5. The only way I can look at this game I have to play the under. I like the under in this game a lot. All four meetings have gone under, and the public's on the under, and the line is moving down towards the under. The line has gone from 220, 219 all the way to 217. We're even seeing 216s. So I like the under in this game a lot. Shop around for the best number. Only one book has 217, but mainly everything else is 216. So I like the under in this game. 216.5 the under. All right, so that's it for this game. That's all for all the NBA games. Like I said, the client play that I have for the NBA is going to be Denver and the Clippers. That's my client play for today. And that's it. That is it for the NBA playoff Saturday edition. NBA playoff edition for this Saturday, the 19th. Thank you for joining me. Again, good luck with your plays. Hope you guys cash some tickets. Have a big Saturday. Again, we'll be back at it tomorrow again for the Sunday edition of the NBA playoff edition. Again, go down below. Go to where it says Sports Memo. And then below on Sports Memo, you'll see Abby Sports Picks. I do have 3 plays today. I have 2 MLB plays. And actually, I'm going to have 4 plays. I'll make it 4 plays. I'll have 2 MLB plays, 1 NBA play. That's the Clippers and Denver. And I have 1 NHL game this evening. So the playoffs start in the NHL tonight. I have 1 there. All right, so I'll have 4 client plays today available for you guys. It will be the client plays are going to be up after 12 noon this afternoon. 12 noon Eastern Standard Time. The client plays will be up, and then you can check them out. All right, we have a special going. You can check that out for the client plays. Other than that, good luck to you guys. Like I said, hope you guys cash some tickets. Stay true to yourself. Stay blessed. Stay humble. Believe in yourself. Good luck. Have a big Saturday. Peace. I'm out. We'll see you tomorrow.